commandment today? What commandment they keep today?
All of them, because it says, when we love one another, all them true family.
But you gotta go buy on the Sabbath day. Go on, we gonna talk next time. You buy on the Sabbath day, you break the commandment. You just break it. Remember we just brought out that says? But you see, our people don't know. That's why we out here. They don't know better, sister. Because we've been lost from our heritage. Remember? You understand? Drugs around our community. Look at our roads. Look at our schools. You understand? We're begging for crumbs from the government to help us. Help us. Curses on our city. Read.
Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
We were cursed in the field because when we got off of the slave ship, we were picking cotton. Over here, they had cotton fields here too, but not much as the cane fields. We were here cutting cane. So cursed, we were in the fields that we had to fight for labor rights with Bodo, and then now Queen Mary with the revolt. We had to always fight. Even today, we're the same ones being gunned down in the streets. You understand? Police brutality. We are the ones cursed in the field. We are the ones unemployment predominantly. The other nation of people coming in here and finding work. You understand? We are the ones caused. Give me 37. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword.
Give me the one our child should come after the when our children were going to slavery. Yeah, can we hold them? Yes, sir.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them.
This is what happened to our foremothers in Africa. Just imagine. Here too, yeah, because when we were in the plantation, you know that the slave master, they used to have a man, they call it like a buck, a mandingo. He big, he strap it, and they use it to breed our own sisters because they breed. And then what they will do, that same child now, you bear the child, they take the child for you and send the child to another plantation down west. They don't do that today too. Yeah, the prisons, you see my brother? So the prisons and all, they have this thing going on where you will lose your son. He got to prison. What do they do? They give you a number and he walking in the system as a slave. That's the next form of slavery. The prison system. That's why you have the school to prison pipeline. Because they have a thing called the fourth grade syndrome. Where our young black men, by the time of fourth grade, because the way how we living right now, through the curses, we got 2 or 3 jobs. She hardly home to deal with her son. On top of that, she don't have a husband. It's a single parent household. A woman can't grow up a boy child effectively. They always need a male figure in the household to show you how to shoot a basketball, change a tire, to be a little more not too emotional. That's why our young men today shooting hide their time probably over nonsense. This man had no regards of who watching or who don't care. People get cell phone, he don't care. This is what's going on. So our men today are emotional. They don't know how to deal with matters by coming to the brethren and say, hey, brethren, me and you could reason this out. Right. They got straight to the gun. Right. This is what we call cause in the cities. This is what we call our mother longing for them. Longing for them because they got prison. Longing for them, our same foremothers, they got on the slave boat in captivity. You could call that prison too. You have more on that? Read.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them. For they shall go into captivity.
They will go into prisons. That's a captivity. Because when they come over, what happened to them? They just say they got to be reintroduced back into society. If that, I used to work in the prison system. If they don't have that change in their mind, that old man definitely gonna come back. If they go back in the same trap, the same areas which part they used to hang back with the same partner, they say gone back on it off, they gone back selling, they gone back having girlfriend here and there and making children all over again. And what gonna happen? The same jobs they want to hire them, they say use a convict. If you got gun charge, they say, hey, use a felon. So these traps were set in place to keep our people that they don't lose their mind and then we smitten with madness. Give me that in madness. Look at our young men today. Our young men walking around aimlessly. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness.
We will be smitten with madness. You want to know how come our young men out here walking like they gone? Man with a pants all the way down to his knees. You understand? That's gone. Man just walking around aimlessly. The Bible was smitten was what?
The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
That's an astonishment to see our young men walking around aimlessly. They ain't seen no purpose in life. But God gave us a purpose. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse, I think it's 12 and 12.
You know?
That's our purpose, sister. We got a purpose. Our black men, our black sisters, our Hispanic men have a purpose on earth. We got to get back to knowing who we are, the Israelites, and keep God's commandments. Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments.
So the whole conclusion of us, the reason why we got to be on earth today is to do what? Listen, this God says.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
You keeping a commandment today?
Yes.
What commandment you keep today?
All of them, because he said, when you love one another, all them true servants.
But you can't go buy on the Sabbath day. Go on, we go talk next time. You buy on the Sabbath day, you break the commandment. You just break the, remember we just brought out that sis? But you see, our people don't know. That's why we out here. They don't know better, sister. Because we've been lost from our heritage. Remember?
What club was that at?
That was admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
With the Zulu nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again.
Heritage. Remember, the heritage is our commandments, our way of life. Give me how, you're married, you got children?
I'm married.
Okay.
I have kids.
Okay, you have children. So they're young or were they pretty much old?
Over 18.
Oh, okay. So
The oldest is about 24.
Oh, okay. So they're pretty much young adults.
Yeah,
so for you now, as we bring out, you just gotta hope that they change. They will look at you as an example when you start keeping the commandments, and they will say, "What? Mommy ain't wearing no pants no more. Mommy keeping the Sabbath. What? Mommy ain't celebrate Easter. She ain't celebrating Christmas no more. She believe in a black Jesus. What? You know where to find the scripture about Christ being black in the Bible?
I think I remember it.
Give me that real quick. Okay, we're gonna show you real quick because we want you to leave here with all of this information. Read that.
Book of Revelations, chapter 1, verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
It says that Christ, the hair on Christ's head were white, was woolly in texture, white in color. Which people have woolly hair, woolly texture hair? Look at your hair, you got a beautiful wool right there.
Yeah.
That's right there, that's so Christ's hair. So when you look at this image here, This is the image that they show in the one.
Yeah. In the Catholic religion, Roman Catholic.
All the churches, you
All
can
the
see.
churches.
All the churches, it's called Christianity.
Yeah.
This image here was actually a man called Caesar Borgia.
You know,
This was an actual man. This was the son of Alexander the Sixth's son, right? Named Caesar Borgia. He commissioned one of the famous Italian painters, Leonardo da Vinci, to paint his son. And that's how we got this old image. I remember this image on a Pyrex bowl.
Yeah.
My mother used to always have this crazy image here, and I actually believed that was Christ. I used to actually believe that was Christ. When you watch it, I remember Passion of the Christ, that movie. I actually, when they were beating, I thought that was Christ. But let me show who Christ was. So he had only here, read.
as wide as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
His eyes were as a flame of fire. When you look at this image, what they show in the church, he had blue eyes. So that's strike two. That ain't adding up to what the Bible say. You want somebody to lie to you? No. So that's strike two. Continue reading.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So when John looked down at Christ's feet, just at your feet, back then they were wearing sandals. Yeah, so back then they wasn't wearing sneakers, they were wearing sandals, right? So when he looked down at Christ's feet, there was what?
And his feet like unto fine brass.
What is the color of brass? Brass. Brown. But not only was it brown, you know, sister. Read.
As if they burn in a furnace.
When you burn something, what color you gonna come out? Black. So does that image match up to this Caucasian here and this thing here? No. So Christ was a black man. You understand? This image is what they brought us when we were in slavery. They gave us the white Jesus image and the cross and say worship Christmas, Easter. Those religions are not in the Bible to keep. You understand? That's the customs of the white man. You understand? St. Patrick's Day coming up. You don't celebrate that? Very good. Don't celebrate that. Had nothing to do with us. Those same Irishmen, they had us in slavery.
That's right.
They were running the plantation. They thought about they came here indentured slave and something like that. That's a lie. They were servants, I should say. They were just here to supervise us because the other white people then hired them to look over us. That's how it is. That's why we end up with names like O'Brien, O'Donnell, McDonald. That means Irish white man name. That's not our custom. You understand? Those are not our custom. So we gotta keep God's commandments. I hope, I hope you got a flyer. Did she got a flyer?
Yes, I want to know.
Okay. So you can.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord.